We talk a lot about what we're building here. I want to dedicate a few minutes to speak about the why. So why are we using this marvelous technology? What is its grand purpose? I have friends who lost as much as 7 figures in the recent FTX collapse. Who would have dared to imagine that the second most trusted custodian in our industry would gamble with your money behind your back? People in our community turn to me and ask me, Tal, I feel so vulnerable. I never expected this. What can we do to make sure that this doesn't happen to me next? There are only 2 answers here. 1, to double down on trust and increase regulation. Or 2, to take trust out of the equation. To those who choose trust and seek regulation, I say, beware. Regulations are rarely drafted with the best interests of the common man at heart. We are a global community, but there is no global regulator. We see self-serving local politics in the decisions that they make. And after a while, we find ourselves in a status quo that we no longer even question. The fractional reserve in banking is an organized form of fraud, not different in principle from what FTX was doing, but legal. Every bank is allowed to gamble with your money. Like with FTX, you receive no part of the profit, yet you take on the risk. And if they take their greed too far and put your money in jeopardy, you will be the one bailing them out. So what about the second approach, taking trust out of the equation? Is this even possible? This is exactly what our infrastructure was designed to do. This is the whole point of what we're building here. The architects that designed TON created a fully decentralized platform for our benefit. They allow us to build trustless apps in only 200 lines of code. Systems where you can trade like on FTX, but not be required to trust anyone. Systems where nobody can gamble with your money behind your back. Systems where you will not be vulnerable, but not because other actors are honest, but because vulnerability itself is impossible. And you will not need to take my word for it. You will be able to prove it for yourselves. Don't be cynical. It is our duty to create an ecosystem with an alternative to the FTX mindset. It is our duty to break the status quo. You in the audience are the builders. You will have moments of weakness when you will have doubt and question if the ideals I speak about are even practical. In those moments of weakness, remember that the path is simple. To create a fully trustless app, you only need to follow 3 simple rules. 1, backend is smart contracts only, no servers. 2, no special admin rules in the contracts. And 3, front-end runs on client only and is open source. Having said that, we must also remember that there is room for custody in our ecosystem. There is no mass adoption without custody. But custody services can be designed with transparency in mind, with strong guarantees to users showing exactly where their funds are at any given time. To conclude, I will ask you one thing. If you see an app that does not follow these principles, don't stay silent. Eject it from our midst. Demand that its founders do better, or else we will find ourselves with another FTX built within our walls. Thank you.
Else we're going to have another FTX built within our walls. Thank you.